So apparently people had a problem with the little boat scene in The Little Mermaid because Ariel couldn't verbally say yes to them kissing on the boat, and it's just like kind of weird because like she was literally leaning in, she was looking at him, holding his hands, leaning in, ready to kiss, and like, all the fish and animals that were singing the song, like, they're all trying to push them to do it. They're all trying to get Eric to do it, and it's just like, just because she can't verbally say yes doesn't mean she can't say yes in other ways. She was literally using body language and all that to uh, be like, again, she was leaning in, looking at him, whatever, like, clearly she wanted it. It was Eric who was the one who didn't really, like, he was the one who was kind of hesitant. And like in the song, just looking at the lyrics, like they were like trying to push him to do it, but he was like second guessing if he should do it. He was, kind of like, oh, I can do it, but then no, wait, should I do it? That whole thing. Like, he'd like lean in, but then he'd lean back and be like, I don't know. Like, it's just, if anything, it was a little weird for his part, because like, I mean, she was the one kind of pushing herself to kind of whatever. She was the one wanting this. I even saw a thing when I was kind of looking for whatever stuff for this scene, and then they were like, oh, they fixed the scene in the live action, and like Eric doesn't push himself on Ariel anymore. It's like he wasn't pushing himself on her in the animated version either. So it's like, what? Like, I'm so confused. Like, why do people think that just because she couldn't verbally say yes, just like, why is that bad? She can say yes in a few other ways too. She doesn't have to verbally say it. She can, if she didn't want to be there, she wouldn't go with him. If she didn't want to do it, she could lean away. She could, sit further away from him or something if she wanted to, back off or something. Like, she wouldn't be leaning in if she didn't want it. Like, if she didn't want to kiss him, she wouldn't be leaning in to kiss him. Like, clearly there's more ways to consent to something than just verbally saying it. And it's also kind of like weird to say this when like even people in real life who are like deaf or mute or whatever, like they can't say it. Like, there's also the what's it called? Selective mutism, and also a lot of autistic people will like sometimes like want to say something but can't for whatever reason. Like they just, sometimes for me even, I'm just like, I kind of want to say something, but then like I can't just make myself say it for whatever reason. And so it's just like, you know does that mean that we can't consent to something like this? Like, are you kidding me? Like, body language is a massive part in communicating. So it's like, I don't know why people are like, oh, Eric was pushing himself on her. Like, no, he wasn't. He was hesitant about it. You know, like, you just watch the scene over again. I can't show the entire scene, obviously, in this video because it will get claimed and removed and all that shit. But, like, if you go back to either the animated version or even the live action version, it's like, she was wanting to kiss him and he was hesitant. If anything, it's like it's the other way around. Like, he was the one that was hesitant about it. She was fully committed to doing it, because that's the entire point of why she was there. She wanted to kiss him to break the whole, or like win the whole whatever bet with Ursula, and so she could be a human and live on the land. Like, she wanted this, you know? She wasn't going to just say no just because, you know, that would be kind of stupid. Like, the entire point is that she wanted to get the true love's kiss so she could live on land and win the bet with Ursula, the sea witch. Like, did people not watch the movie? Did they just see the scene? Like, did they just see the the music video or something and then start complaining about it? Like, did you not watch the full movie? Like, I just there was no Eric pushing himself on her or anything. It was just, you know, if anything, everyone else was trying to push him to do it. He wasn't really fully committed to it. So, if anything, it would be kind of weird. Like, I mean, Ariel wasn't really pushing herself on him either, because, like, you know, when he pulled away, then she was kind of just like, she kind of just sat there, like, okay, I guess. But, you know, neither of them were really pushing completely, you know, they weren't, you know, they were both kind of just there, and then they didn't do anything really till like the end of the movie when they both knew that they both wanted it, and you know, that was their true thing that they wanted in their heart. And you know, I don't get why people would complain about this scene when there's more ways to say yes or no. And it's like, if you wanted to complain about someone, like, you know, pushing themselves on another person, then, like, I don't know, there's fucking Snow White and Sleeping Beauty where, like, they're literally sleeping or poisoned or whatever, cursed to be sleeping, and then the prince literally kisses them when, like, you know, they can't say no in any way. They can't verbally say it. They can't use any, like, body language or anything. They can't, they're just laying there unconscious, and the prince kisses them. And you know, I don't know when I'm going to post these videos, but I will have an entire video on that alone about Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. About how it's weird that the true love's kiss thing when they're unconscious, that whole thing. I'll have a video on that at some point, whether it's before this video or after this video. I can have it on the end screen after this video, at the end of this video, so you can watch it if you want to. But yeah, it's just like, if you're gonna complain about any Disney movie, then complain about those ones with the not being able to say yes or no. You know, like, at least Ariel, like, she couldn't talk, but she could, you know, still do other things. It's not like she was sleeping or anything throughout the entire time. So it's just weird that you would complain about this scene and not other scenes where it's actually a problem. So I don't know, but yeah, I think that'll kind of be it for this video though. I just kind of want to bring this up, how it's like weird that people were complaining about this when it's not really a problem, you know? So yeah, I feel like people want to complain about literally anything when it's literally not a problem. So yeah, it doesn't hurt anyone, you know? It's just them in a boat, you know? But yeah. Anyways, I guess that's kind of it for this video then, so bye.